This is the ultimate guide to finding great investment opportunities. So, this is what we're talking about today. We're talking about great deals and finding them. And the reason why we're talking about this is I always say that if there was a job description attached to being a property investor, you'll have only two duties. The first one will be finding great deals. The second one, as you guessed it, would be to find the financing or finding the money, if we're making it simple. So let's talk about the first one today, and that's what we're going to be talking about in today's video. When we talk about finding great deals, we both know, because this channel is for property investors. So if you're a property investor, you know this is not easy. You have to go out there, scheme your internet, browse through different portals, call different agencies, ask for the right information, make sure you're asking the right questions as well. Do an analysis, desktop of the area, go on the ground, view the property, go home, run the numbers. If you need renovations, you get a builder or contractor, you go on site, wait for them to give you a quotation after a couple of days. And then, only then, you actually have your final numbers. But guess what? You're not even close to getting done. Then after that, you have to draft an offer or get an offer from whoever you're working with, depending on how you work as well. And then put in an offer in writing. And that process can actually take you 2 weeks to do. By the time you put in an offer, hopefully the seller has not received an offer from another investor who do not have to go through the hustle of coming to their house 3 times and checking if everything is working nicely and getting into the roof. And some of you investors, I know you guys, you'll also get a independent inspector. You came twice to that property, and now you're coming 3 times with an independent inspector and your contractors 4 times. The inspector is going to jump into the roof and check if everything is right and check the structure for the latent defects, etc. And just to make sure you're making the right investment. And that is all good. And you must be doing that type of work in order for you to find a great deal that makes sense. Because this is your portfolio. You have to be that hands-on and that thorough. And I think that's the most important thing. However, let's say the seller accepts your offer. Hey, then we can celebrate. And if we celebrate that the seller actually accepted your offer, then you did a good thing, because all the time that you used to actually go around finding the property, putting everything together, running your numbers and making sure that it's the right property, desktop study, all of that stuff, and you paid for reports and all of those things, all of that stuff was not vain, right? We can celebrate. However, the reality is not all the time you're going to get your offer being accepted. So in the majority of the times where your offer gets rejected by the seller, and you're like, you know what, I've done my research in this area and I'm not willing to pay any penny more than my current offer price. Oh, it's just not financially feasible to do that. Hmm? Or maybe, somebody else put in a cash offer while you're still running around with the builder and etc. Somebody's like, you know what, I don't want to think twice about this. Maybe they're not even investing for, to get a passive income or to make any money out of it or return on investment. Let me put it like that. They're not even investing to get a return on investment. They just blindly put in an offer and the offer got accepted. They even paid more than they should have. And that's exactly what happened. So what do you do? That's the reality of many property investors. And that is why this finding a great deal can be a long, hectic process. And if you have investment goals for the year, you're like, I want to get 3 properties this year, add them to my portfolio. It must be making me an income of 35,000 Rand, a net of 10 or 15 or whatever it is. Like this year, the year is about to end, and you still haven't met your investment goals this year. Why? You did all the work, call the agents, you put in an offer, you know how to run the numbers, you have the skill set to find the deal that you're looking for. But why haven't you achieved your goal? Before I answer that, I want to just say something. One of the main things that we love about property investing is the idea of leverage. Leverage, leverage, leverage. After location, location, location. Um, the leverage is a simple concept. I want to make it simple for you. It's just maximizing an opportunity. That's what leverage is about. You can leverage finance from the banks and everybody who can give you money, other people's money. That's the whole idea of leverage. You can leverage other people's time as well. And you can just leverage resources, opportunities, and more. And that's what leverage is about. And I think most property investors are willing to leverage the bank's money or other people's money or financial investors, etc. They're just not willing to leverage other people's time, or maybe they're not sure how to do that. And that's what I want to talk about today. So imagine in a year, you have 12 months, you went to look for a deal that took you 2 weeks to look for. And then in 1 month, you looked at one deal, you skipped 2 months, and then you look at another deal. And then when the year ends, you probably looked at 5 deals that year that you managed to actually run numbers on and get to the point to putting in an offer. 5 deals in 1 year, and your goal is to at least get 3 properties added to your portfolio that are meeting your criteria, because you actually have a criteria right now. Okay, I need to have this amount of return, income, net income, etc. But you still haven't met your goal this year again, and you try again next year. And I think you know what Einstein's saying about doing things over and over again and expecting different results. And that's exactly what we're going to be talking about here today as well, to say, look, what if there was a way you can leverage other people's time? Some of you understand this concept of finding other people who can do the groundwork for you. They negotiate the offer, they get the builders, they get the contractors, they do all the work. And all you have to do is to make sure that, hey, you finding the right property that's a fit for that criteria you have from them, just for a small fee. Instead of you on a monthly basis actually getting to put one offer, you can even put 4 offers, because every week you can actually just find one person who can be able to show you a property that is ready and it meets your criteria. Your job is to go inside and check, does this actually fit my criteria in terms of location, and to what extent in terms of my budget, and to what extent in terms of my cash flow or whatever other things that you want to use as well, or whatever metrics you want to use as well. Does it fit that? If it does, then you put in an offer. If it doesn't, then you look at another one. If you did that, don't you think in a year's time you can actually be able to achieve and exceed your investment objective? Think about that. And that is what most investors are not understanding. They're always looking at, I'm going to pay a small fee. You are paying a small fee for getting more options of deals that are going to help you reach your goals much quicker. And you can spend more time with your family and have more time on the things that matter to you. You love being a landlord. You love being an investor. You don't love negotiating with agents, going around with builders in your truck, having to figure out when after work I must run into this viewing, or on weekends, my kids have a party, but I can't go to my kids' party because I have to view this property. That's not what you like. You like owning property. You like getting the income. You like maybe running your assets, managing the property manager, and building your wealth and having more time with your family. And actually, you had a job and you're doing this because you love your family and you're doing it for them. So I don't have to actually tell you how much that will be valuable to you if you had somebody like that. The problem with South Africa is that we don't have a lot of people who are professionals in that, selling or sourcing or actually finding new property deals that you can be able to leverage. And there is no platform. Well, there used to be no platform where you can actually find property deals that are vetted by professionals, making sure they have the right information in place so you can make an informed decision when you're buying. And that is exactly why we existed as InvestRand. We work with a lot of guys who can find proper, incredible deals for your portfolio in different areas, budgets, etc. And they're just looking for you right now. You, every day, they're looking for you to come and see what properties they have as well. And if you haven't used our platform yet, our vision is simple. Just want to empower ordinary South Africans to be able to make sound decisions when it comes to property investing. And you cannot make sound decisions without having all the right information in place. We connect you with these guys, connect you with the vendors or service providers that you need in your buying process. And that way you can actually just buy a property in an easy, better way, which is like improving the buying process of buying property. And if this is something that appeals to you, I want you right now to stop this video, click the link below, chat to one of our experts, and see what we have in store for you. I'm very excited about what we do here at InvestRand. I think it has a proper impact, proper direct impact to ordinary South Africans who are building their portfolios, building their lives, building their careers, and they want to actually build some passive income as well and generational wealth for themselves and their families. So I want to say I love this video. I'm going to talk about what to do when you find the right finance in the next video. This one, though, is for you on what to do when you're looking for great deals, because that's exactly where it starts. So I'll see you in the next video. Bye.